Hey, Quad Bros, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you guys here, and I hope you guys are doing well as always. This is a little late. I do apologize for that, but I'm getting you guys this gold order review just in time for the holidays. I hope you guys are having good holidays as well. Now, I'm going to do something a little bit different than I normally do for these. Normally, I rank these on a scale of 0 to 10, or I suppose 1 to 10. But instead, this time, I'm just going to rank these in order from worst to best, starting, of course, with the worst. Now, couple disclaimers here, guys. Remember, all of my soldiers do have reduced vertical recoil. This is not hard to do. I think you guys should be doing this on at least one of your assaulters, and whichever assaulter has these weapons should have that. But just remember that what you're seeing here is not what the recoil is. It is reduced by 40%, of course. But again, you should be doing that as well. And also, there are drops going on right now. If you're watching this video, there are drops going on right now over twitch.tv/HeyQuadro. Holiday drops. Come over there, have a good time, chat it up, get your silver orders, get your pistol orders, all that good stuff. I'd love to have you guys over there. But without further ado, let's jump into these reviews. Coming in at the bottom of our list is the BSA Thompson. This is the British Small Arms Factory variant for the Thompson. It's got a 20-round mag, which sucks. It's, for all intents and purposes, just a worse Thompson. Yeah, that's it. You can't even get it in Normandy if you wanted to have a Thompson earlier than, level 29 or something like that. But you unlock the Thompson in Tunisia Allies at level like 14 or something like that. And the M1A1 Thompson is honestly just better than this thing. I mean, this thing's got some nice sights and it's fully upgraded, so it hits really hard. And it's got a cool little reload animation. Like, I like how the mag just kind of drops out of it. Like, watch that. Boom. Just drops right out. Look, it looks really nice. But otherwise, like, you're just using a worse Thompson. I mean, like, that's... there's not a whole lot to say about this thing here, guys, because it is completely summed up by worse Thompson. I mean, look, I have a different Thompson now. This is a better Thompson. I mean, yeah, the BSA Thompson is fully upgraded, and there's like the level of uniqueness and stuff like that, and it's got nice animations, it's got nice sights, and I like its sights a little bit more than I like the M1A1 Thompson sights. But when it comes to actual, like, relevant things for the gameplay, it sucks. Like, it's just, there's no reason to use the BSA Thompson over a normal M1A1 Thompson, or God forbid an M1928 Thompson or an M1 Thompson, right? Like, there's just no reason. It's just not good, right? So, I don't know. I would skip this one, guys. Like, if it was available in Normandy, I think I might recommend it in Normandy as like a, hey, pick this up if you really want to use a Thompson, and maybe you get some points for that. Like, you want to use a Thompson earlier than level 29. But you can't even do that here. Like, it's only in Tunisia, and you get a Thompson level 14, and then you get better Thompsons later. So, I don't see a reason to get this. I think the Peterson rifle would probably be a better pickup if you're trying to pick up something in Allies Tunisia. Number 4 on our list is the PPD 1929, I think is what it is. Whatever year it was. And it's coming in at number 4 for kind of similar reasons to the Thompson. And it's that it's just kind of a worse version of guns that already exist. I mean, you're putting an SMG into the Soviet lineup. I mean, do the Soviets really need another submachine gun? No, they don't. They don't need another submachine gun. I mean, the PPD-40 is just better than this thing, and you get that at level like 12. God forbid the PPSH. I mean, the PPSH makes this thing look like garbage. I mean, this thing gets points because it's kind of goofy looking, and it kind of makes me feel like it's an LMG, except it's not. Which, I don't know, I guess that also kind of makes you feel bad, because you're like, LMG, and then it's like, no. I don't know, it doesn't do anything that any other gun, any other SMG doesn't already do, right? It's above the Thompson because at least it actually is fairly effective. It's just not as effective as the PPD-40 or the PPSH, right? Like, I just don't see a reason that you would use this gun instead of using a PPSH or a PPD-40, right? Like you'd use this over maybe the stick mag PPD or PPSH, probably not even the PPSH, but like you'd at least use it over the stick mag PPD, but like you only use that for like 10 levels or something like that. And if you're only playing, like, if you have a gold order to spend on something like this, like, you're not going to spend it on this, you know what I mean? Like, you're probably just going to grind up to level 10. You've been playing the game long enough to understand that, right? So, again, skip out on this one. I don't even know if this thing's available in Berlin. If it is, it's definitely not worth it. But even in Moscow, where it might be kind of worth it, I don't really think it's worth it. So unless you want this gun because it's kind of wacky and goofy looking, then you definitely skip out on it. All right, number 3, we're getting to guns that are actually worth picking up. I would say that if you are playing as the Americans and you think this gun looks cool, then you probably should pick it up. It's not amazing. It's probably worse-ish than the Thompson, but it hits hard and it's very cool and unique. I love its little like magazine switching. It's got the double mag thing that the Erma and the MP40/1 have, where it switches. Like it's got like a double mag and then it switches between them. You can see in the bottom right there, it's like you have 0 plus 20 or 20 plus 0. That's like the different separate magazines that you have. But this gun hits hard. It's goofy. It's kind of weird. It's got cool animations. I really enjoy the animations. It's not an amazing gun, and we'll talk about the Erma, but basically the Erma just kind of outclasses this thing because the ammo capacity for the gun is fairly low. It's just 20 rounds per side of that magazine there, of the double magazine, but it still hits hard. It does good damage. It's got a lot of ammo in it. It's definitely better than the grease gun, and since you don't unlock the Thompson until like level 29, this can be definitely a solid pickup if you're starting to grind up the Normandy allies. So definitely worth it if you like it. Definitely worth a pickup even if you've leveled up the Normandy allies. I think I'll probably keep this in my lineup just because it's kind of a wacky, goofy looking gun. It's good enough to be worth using, and it's certainly a fun, interesting weapon. So overall, not overtly powerful. It's not a Gewehr Kurz or anything like that, but it's still an interesting enough gun and a good enough gun to warrant picking up. Now, the Erma EMP, number 2 on our list. This gun is very, very good. Like I mentioned it before when I was talking about the Hyde, it does have 32 rounds as opposed to the Hyde's 20, excuse me. And it switches a lot faster, it feels like, between the two sides of the magazine. It's got good reload speed, lots of ammo capacity overall. It just feels good to use. It's got great range. It can still do damage up close and personal. Obviously, it still gets outclassed by some of the Soviet SMGs, like a PPSH or even a PPK, maybe. I think it's probably on par with like a PPK. But when you compare this thing to the Axis SMGs, like I would put this above most Axis SMGs. And then on top of all of that, it's kind of a wacky, interesting, kind of fun gun. I like that, right? It's like a pipe gun. You're using it in Berlin Axis. It kind of feeds into that thing where you're using these last ditch weapons. I like that a lot. So I think that gives this gun a lot of brownie points. I have done very, very well with this gun. I don't know exactly how it plays without 40% reduced recoil. I'm guessing it's probably fine. I cannot imagine that it has any recoil. Just generally speaking, because these are all SMGs, and generally SMGs just don't have that much recoil. So maybe on console it's a little bit worse, but from my experience with this gun, guys, definitely a great gun to pick up. It's going to outclass most SMGs until very late game for the Axis. So if you're even slightly interested in this thing, if you started playing Berlin Axis, definitely give it a shot. And now the sleeper pick, the VMP. I bet when you guys clicked this, you did not think I was going to put the VMP up here, because I didn't think that. But man, this gun, guys, this gun's insane. This gun is really damn good. I think you can pick it up in both Tunisia and in Moscow. I don't know which one it's probably better in. Maybe Moscow it might be a little bit better, but man, does this gun absolutely trash on people in Tunisia. It's crazy how good this gun is. I mean, it's got a great magazine with 40. It does good damage. It's got good reload speed. It's got an amazing rate of fire. It's amazingly accurate. I mean, everything about this gun is fantastic. And I mean, put this on one of your assaulters with extra vitality and reduced recoil, and I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. You can clear entire rooms in the blink of an eye with this gun. I mean, it's like a little PPSH. It really, really is. I mean, it's honestly, guys, I think I might actually put this gun on similar levels to the PPSH. That is how ridiculously good this gun is. I mean, it is unbelievable. I cannot sing the praises of this weapon any more than I am right now, because I just don't know what to say about it. It's just so good. I only played one game with it, and I just dominated with it. I mean, I was so excited to use it every time I died, and I was so disappointed every time I died with it. If you're playing Axis Tunisia and you've been struggling with the assault weapons, like I think the Beretta M1's very good, but even so, if you've been struggling with it, I mean, get this gun. This gun is incredible. I mean, it does so much damage so quickly. It absolutely shreds people. It's fantastic. I don't know what else to say, guys. It's also pretty interesting. It's a pretty wacky looking gun. I like its little magazine. Its magazine just kind of looks goofy, I guess. It looks kind of weird. I don't know. Overall, absolutely recommend this one, guys. It is amazing. Pick it up. Get it. You will not be disappointed. I think maybe in Moscow it might be a little bit better than it is in Tunisia, but I'm not sure about that. But either one, I don't think you guys are going to be disappointed at all. So that's it, guys. That's my list. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts down below on, if you guys agree, if you guys disagree. I'd also love to hear what you guys think about our selection this time. If you guys thought that all these SMGs were, interesting, or if you guys would have preferred more rifles or something like that. There's also drops going on right now, guys. If you didn't know, if you're living under a rock, so come over to twitch.tv/HeyQuadro. Get those drops in games. Get those pistol orders, silver orders, bronze orders, everything in between. It'll be a good time hanging out over there, chatting it up, getting those drops. You can also join our community Discord, play custom games, play with me, and just join an overall great community. I'd love to have you guys over there chatting with me and interacting with our community. But without anything else, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Take it easy.